I say affordable, you say housing. Affordable.
Housing.
Affordable.
Housing.
When I say affordable, you say housing. Affordable.
Housing.
Affordable.
Housing.
My name's Maureen Galindo. I was a tenant at Soapworks in Town Center Apartments right up the street here. Those were the last naturally affordable housing downtown after the C-chip happened in 2005 or so that put a bunch of our city money, our tax money, into incentivizing development downtown. And when that happens, the prices go up, rents go up. People from all over the nation start looking at your city and coming in and buying up land and making it more expensive and not caring about the people who are already there. This is the exact same thing that has been happening in city after city after city. It actually started in Hong Kong, which has the highest infill development in the entire world and now has the most expensive land in the entire world and cost of living. This then happened in New York and LA and San Francisco, the exact same process where not only does the city not protect us, but they are the ones who take our tax money and create policy alongside the developers to make everything more expensive because then they get their tax revenue. They don't care about the people who are already here. They don't. We used to bring the Soapworks and Town Center tenants to these meetings. It's not the CEOs, it's not the developers that they need to listen to. They do not have the solutions. They are the ones making everything too expensive for everybody to live here. And it's the organizers and the activists who have a lot of knowledge about the impacts of this, but more than anything, it's the people who don't have time to be here, who really know the struggle of displacement, of housing insecurity. I got displaced from Portland, Oregon, another city that fell victim to this exact same process. And I had to move here with my 3 kids to San Antonio because for the number one reason that it had affordable housing. And then I moved into Soapworks in Town Center, and in the moment that I got my key, was also told that I was going to get displaced because of the San Pedro Creek. She told me that. The San Pedro Creek is being developed, honey. You're going to get kicked out in a few months. There's going to be a new owner. That's our tax money going into a project that is directly displacing us. The tenants at Soapworks in Town Center, they worked at the Riverwalk here, inside of the kitchens and the servers. They worked folding beds at the hotels and the hospitals. They rowed the boats. This one guy was like, man, there's a couple people who live here who work on the river. Our boss can't call us last minute anymore. One of the first days I lived there, there was this mariachi guy that came out of his apartment to go to work. And on the San Pedro Creek was a whole bunch of art about all of the mariachi that they're gonna bring. So here they're exploiting, they're using the culture here to bring people in, high income earners from across the country, and then they're displacing the very people that they're using to bring them in. It's such an exploitation of culture. It's so hideous that Mayor Ron Nierenberg or any of these council members celebrate the culture of San Antonio while they sell it out to people outside of San Antonio. I almost fell through the cracks. I know there's a lot of housing advocates who also almost fell through the cracks, and that's why we do this work, because we know the mental and physical impacts of housing insecurity. Of not knowing if you're going to have a roof over your head the next month, how you're going to move all of your stuff out, if they're just going to kick it onto the streets. It's terrifying. It's bad for health. It's a bad public health problem. Allowing people to go physically and mentally ill because of not being able to keep the roof over their head. I mean, think about that. Really think hard what that must feel like to go to bed and not know where you're going to end up the next day. To have to sleep on the streets. It messes with you. It messes with your mind. All these cities too, all these other cities that this has already happened to, in Austin, San Francisco, all across the country, Denver, their homelessness rates are out of control. We've been saying this to Ron since the Mayor's Housing Policy Task Force. You don't take care of it now? You continue to let these developers buy out City Hall? we're going to have a homelessness problem you are never going to be able to control. And here we are a few years later, and that's true. They don't know what to do except criminalize homelessness. This is a problem they brought onto themselves here. And now throw their hands up in the air. We don't know what to do. Let the experts take care of it. The CEOs, the banks, the developers. We have the answers. The tenants, the homeowners who are losing their homes because of predatory practices, because Ron wants to treat San Antonio like a playground. They have the answers. The people who are living in housing